Hi, I'm Mason Marangella from Vertex Effects, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we welcome you to subscribe. If you've already seen our videos, welcome back. What you're about to see is the second part of an interview that we conducted recently with the legendary bassist Nathan East. And we covered a large part of Nathan's work, from artists ranging from Phil Collins and Philip Bailey to Eric Clapton to Kenny Loggins to Daft Punk to Shaka Khan, and even some of his own music with his son Noah. And it was absolutely great. If you want to check that out, you can see it here or in the description below. But today we're going to focus on a few other iconic songs that you might recognize that Nathan has been on, in addition to some deep cuts. I don't want to delay it any further. I bring you Nathan East in the second part of our interview. Well, I'd love to talk to you about another Kenny Loggins tune that you were involved with, which, you know, we were actually discussing on the phone as kind of a cult one. But, you know, it's funny. I feel like I love this song so much, and I'm so glad that I didn't know that you played on it, because I'm a big fan of Kenny, and I'm a big fan of the Live in the Redwoods one. And I think Freddie's playing the bass on that live one, and he had Shanice sing it.
Yeah, exactly.
On that one, and then on the original, who's the female vocalist?
There's no female vocalist.
There isn't any. There's
Kenny.
It's all Kenny.
Yeah, it's all Kenny.
Not even on the background vocals for the harmony.
No, that's all him.
It's all him
doing. Yeah,
he can get up high, can't he?
He can get up really high. Yeah, and it's Phil and Gaines, me, Greg, and the Lynn drum machine.
Wow.
Over at Ocean Way. Yeah.
Wow.
David Sanborn, sax solo.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, boy, what a fabulous player.
Yeah. Amazing.
People don't realize about him and Eric Clapton on those Lethal Weapon soundtracks.
Exactly.
You know, those are some great tunes on there.
Well, the way I found out about David is I got a text from Eric saying, "David, rest in peace." And okay, David, who? And it turned out to be David Sanborn.
Yeah.
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 And so we used to dedicate Tears in Heaven to him on the show.
Yeah, what a beautiful musician, man. Just absolutely fantastic. Let's hear Love Will Follow, and all Kenny singing on that. And it sounds like was it everybody in the room?
Kenny singing, yeah, everybody in the room. Well, it was basically me, Kenny, Greg, Phil and Gaines, and the drum machine for the basic tracking section over in the Ocean Way studio. And these songs, again, like Footloose, I don't really use a pick, but I grow my nail just long enough to get a percussive sound. Yeah. And so even on Footloose.
Yep.
And the intro of this song, Love Will Follow, I also use it. I do my impersonation of a guitarist where
yeah, because the guitar doubles you, right? You guys are doubled.
Yeah. And that's me doubling the you know, just like pretending to be a guitar player. Yeah. You know, but I do like, I just use my fingernail.
So there isn't any guitar in that part? That's all.
No. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the bass. And again, just, you know, there's three of us in the studio, and just trying to make a jam.
And that was on the record Vox
Humana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. One of my favorite songs.
Yeah, and that was when Kenny was really into cable knit sweaters.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Colorful cable knit sweaters.
Yeah, no, he's one of my favorite singers, one of my favorite guys, and we've had a lot of fun together.
Yeah, he's fantastic. We listen to a lot of him because, you know, I grew up in Carpinteria, California.
Yeah.
Or lived there for a lot of my youth, and you know, we always had all the Kenny Loggins tapes,
right,
cassettes. We did have Vox Humana, but we also had Leap of Faith, which you also played on.
Yeah,
I listened to that a lot. But yeah, I'd love to hear your bass part on this. Is absolutely insane. It's such a good part.
Oh man, and you know, Santa Barbara Sound was where we recorded a lot.
Yep.
And it was always fun to go to Santa Barbara, one of the most beautiful cities, and there's some great restaurants up there.
Yeah.
And just I love the vibe. You got mountains and ocean.
Yeah.
My favorite combination.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was definitely the hometown hero. He and I think Michael McDonald was living in that area at the time too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we'd see those guys around town. Their kids are kind of like my age, and so
oh really?
Yeah,
okay.
I think his I can't remember if it was his daughter or so one of his kids went to our same kindergarten that we went to.
Yeah, he had a place in Carpinteria,
Yeah.
right on the beach.
Yeah.
And I remember he handed me the key, because it was like his beach house,
Yeah.
So he gave me the key and said, anytime you want to go. So,
that's great.
So I took I had like one of my first dates. She's my wife now.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you.
Hey, it could be Carpinteria sealed the deal.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I live right on Arbol Verde Street, which kind of just led you right into the beach.
We went down Santa Claus Lane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Santa Claus is gone now, unfortunately. They took him off.
That
They
was
took him off the chimney. Now he's in Ventura somewhere. You can see him off the freeway.
Oh, is he? Okay, yeah, because that used to be one of my favorite landmarks in Santa there, all year round.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a great part of the world, and I think Kenny's music reflects the energy and spirit of the area.
Love that. That. Well, yeah, let's hear a little of it.
Okay, let's see if we remember this. Now we're going back in time.
If you come away with me, I can show you.
Oh man, how much fun is that?
Such a great part.
Now, I might be wrong on the BVs at the very end, the backgrounds. I don't know. That might be, who would that be? I'd have to check.
That'd be the credits on that. Miss Garrett.
Holding on. Oh, no. Yeah. We'll have to look, but that's, yeah. Well,
fun song. Absolutely great song. I love your interpretation there at the end there. So right on. I love that.
Trying to remember.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's a great song, great bass line. So appreciative for you coming up with it.
Oh man, no, it was very cool. I remember too. That was my, since David Sanborn was playing. I always think of Marcus Miller too.
Yeah.
And what would Marcus play? Yes.
Definitely slap.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, but I mean, that's just one of my favorite songs. Period.
Yeah.
Kenny's so soulful and Let's Change is beautiful. It's just like reminds me of like an Isley Brothers or something.
Yeah.
Song.
Yeah. And he's got that range where he can pull off.
Man,
he can sound like any of the brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You want Ernie? He's got you.
I used to go check out his collection too. He's Gap Band and all these funkadelics. Yeah,
you see, Kenny Loggins playing Outstanding at his wedding or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I dig that. Well, Nathan, I'm wondering if we can pivot into a different genre of music that you also are incredibly talented in the jazz world, and this band that you have called Fourplay.
Hey.
And you've written some tunes, you've played on some tunes, and it's really been really cool as just a person who's a fan of you and the music, and also of a lot of the members of Fourplay. It's kind of had a revolving door on a lot of people. You guys have had a lot of different guitar players. You've had
3 guitars.
You've had Lee Ritenour. You've had Larry Carlton.
Right.
You've had the late great Chuck Loeb.
Yeah.
And
I miss every day I think about him.
Yeah, he was, as I was saying to you before, he was such a great guy and was really supportive of me and my pedals, that we manufacture. If you don't know, my real job is I manufacture guitar pedals, and I just have been very fortunate to get to spend some of my discretionary money on making these videos for everybody to enjoy. And so I feel lucky to be able to be in the position to do it. But man, Chuck was always just a champion of everything that we were doing, and I was so appreciative to him. I was so sad to see him go.
No, he left some really good music with us, though.
He absolutely did, and boy, that he could play the guitar. Those Sadowskis,
exactly,
never sounded better. But I'm wondering if we can talk about maybe 101 Eastbound to start. Right. A big hit for you guys. Tell me about this session. How did it come together? I'm almost curious, just generally, like in a Fourplay session, is everybody sort of contributing pieces or ideas, or how does it work when you're kind of coming up with an album?
Yeah, we each bring a few songs in. So 4 guys, if everybody brings 3 songs in, then okay, you got a dozen tunes. Yeah. There's an album right there. And when we first started, Bob James had to go back to the very beginning, when Bob James went in to record his Grand Piano Canyon album his solo album on Warner Brothers. He was friends with Lee Ritenour and Harvey Mason. They all played together. I hadn't met him yet, and he asked each one of those guys individually, "Hey, who should I get on bass?" And they both said, "Get Nate." So that was like thanks Lee, thanks Harvey for recommending me. And then the 4 of us went in to record his album, and there was a definite magic, between the sound of that quartet, and we picked up on it. I always call that the first Fourplay album. There's a song called Restoration on there, and it sounds like Fourplay. And so Bob was an executive at Warner Brothers Records at the time, and he said, "Would you guys like me to propose to the company that we sign you?" And literally they signed us sight unseen, and Mo Austin, Lenny Warnaker, and they were all at our first session at Ocean Way.
You guys were pretty established in your respective
Yeah, I
trades.
mean, it wasn't too big of a stretch. God bless you.
Thank you.
It wasn't too big of a stretch for them to sign us, but they gave us a record deal, and for a jazz quartet, it was very. It was just great to have, and so we went in the studio and we all brought some songs, and it was when it was my turn. My brother and I had a studio at our house. My brother Marcel, and we went down in the middle of the night, and we put together 101 Eastbound, the first song for the first Fourplay. We rehearsed it up at the house, and then we went in and recorded it. But and the deal was is whoever song got recorded that day, they buy dinner. Everybody. So
where'd they make you take them?
So we went to an Italian restaurant, and what was it called? Martoni's. Yeah,
nice.
And it was one of the places we used to all go after the sessions.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
So we recorded at Sunset Sound.
Okay. So is it somewhere off of Sunset, that restaurant, or does it still exist?
It's somewhere off of Sunset. I think Cahuenga. I don't think it still exists.
Okay.
But between Sunset Sound and Ocean Way,
okay,
we did our first record.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And was this also Yamaha bass, DI?
Also Yamaha bass, DI. Don Murray, incredible engineer, recorded and got wonderful sounds for us. And so yeah, it was the Yamaha bass, the prototype of the signature, yeah.
And would this have been out by then, this preamp pedal that we talked about earlier?
Yes.
Okay, so you would have been using that presumably?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, it was 91.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 91.
Yeah.
That we recorded.
Awesome. So I know that they had you in pretty heavy circulation in all the bass magazines, as kind of the face of Yamaha basses. You and Billy Sheehan,
John Patitucci, and Abraham Laboriel,
Yeah.
who put my first Yamaha bass in my hands.
Did he? He was the one. He was the one that gave you the bug.
Yeah, I was at A&M Records, and he and Lee Rittenauer, Dave Grusin were in there recording. And of course, it's all in the fingers, but he, what bass, and he showed me his Yamaha and put me in touch with that. And first time I went to Japan was with Lee Rittenauer.
Yeah. They loved him over there. And he also was not Yamaha, but Ibanez. There was like a big core of like Japanese brands that were just trying to put their instruments, and they were making fantastic stuff. I just think it wasn't
absolutely
people didn't know yet about the quality of Japanese made instruments.
But these basses I can remember, I mean, just right out of the case, I just fell in love with the sound and the way the bass integrates with the rest of the tune. Like as you're mixing it, it just blends in beautifully.
Yeah,
that's the thing I used to always love. But I remember there's a singer named Kazumasa Oda, Japanese. He's like one of the biggest singers,
the Springsteen of Japan.
Yeah, McCartney of Japan. And I remember this particular bass showed up at the session in Japan in Roppongi, and I opened the case. It used to be white, but I opened the case, plugged it in. It was tuned. We recorded a song. The song was called "Oh Yeah," and the next time I went back to Japan, they said that song sold 6 million singles in Japan.
Wow!
And so this is
the United Nations of bass.
And since then I've put all the countries that I've played it in.
Wow!
Stickers on there.
Wow!
And but yeah, that I say that to just say the quality control.
Yeah.
When you can open a case, pull a bass out, and without even tuning, plug it in and record a song.
Well, as you said with the Klotz Cable, it's all about reliability. You're making your living doing this, and you got to be able to trust your tools. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I dig that. Well, I'm wondering if I can entice you to play a little bit of 101 Eastbound and get to hear some of that signature Nathan East tone on there. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a great one.
The guys did a great job.
Well, you guys had actually some really great, that whole record has just got some amazing stuff. And you know, one of the other tunes that I really love is the one with El DeBarge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
After the dance.
After the dance. And was it a concerted thing, like, oh, we need to find a vocalist for this, or was like El DeBarge already in mind, or how did he come into the picture as it relates to this song?
Yeah, so sort of, again, one of those things where you get to the end of the project and then we thought, hey, you know, how cool would it be to do a cover of a song and have a great singer on it?
Yeah.
You know? So they say, well, what would the song be? And then we thought, oh, well, how about El DeBarge? I think I had been working with him on some of his records.
Yeah.
And then he's a big Marvin Gaye fan. And then so we said, hey, what about an obscure a Marvin Gaye song that's you know, not necessarily one of the most popular ones, but we arrived at After the Dance. You know? So and I'll never forget how, you know, El came into the studio and sang like an angel.
Yeah. He still got it. Like, I saw him like on like a BET Awards, and he's just like, he's
amazing.
Like, he hasn't lost anything.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
One of the most gifted, talented musicians that I know. You know? And a dear friend.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, what a talent, and you know, they had some really fantastic songs that you know, from the time he was writing the early stuff, you know, and then I think they had a kind of period where Diane Warren was writing a lot of the stuff, but still, just what an amazing talent.
But you get the best combination of sort of an R&B combo with jazz and a little bit of blues and funk and
he there's one song of his that he did on this, I feel like it was like a compilation album like Lee Ritenour and Dave Grusin did, and he was singing, you know, like kind of like jazz standards,
right? And
I didn't even realize it was him. Like he's such a chameleon, like he can make that work. He
can sing anything.
Brilliant.
L's my brother.
Yeah. So you guys brought him in on this, and was it just, you know, it was like a one-day session sort of thing? Just
one day, one evening, he came in and you know, put him in the vocal booth, and we were just going, wow, it's incredible.
Yeah. What a range.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Bob, you know, did this incredible arrangement. The intro, one of my favorite intros of anything.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And same bass,
same bass,
DI, all that stuff.
And DI direct, and I can try to see if I remember this intro.
Yeah, let's see what we do. We're gonna make you go back in the memory banks.
Yeah. No, on the fade, well, I just remembered I had been working with Patti LaBelle at the time, and she was in the next room, and then I invited her in to come sing, to hear what we had recorded, so I played her that, and then she just started singing that background vocal part.
Really?
And hey, would you like to sing? Yeah, grab the mic, and she sang the background vocal
Impromptu
part.
Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, she's an icon.
Oh, amazing.
Boy. Man. Well, Nathan, I love that we got a chance to talk a little bit about Fourplay, because I think musically, it's just such a powerhouse group, man. I'm just in awe.
Very fortunate to be in a band with players that I admired so much from afar, and then all of a sudden we have a band together. Probably about 13, 14 albums out now, and been all around the world together.
Congratulations!
It's been a joy. Thank you. Yeah.
I want to pivot to the great Randy Newman.
Oh, wow.
And it's quite a pivot. But in some ways, familiar from a very talented musical family as you have, he's also from a quite talented musical family. Man. The Newmans are just pretty iconic.
Royalty, basically.
And the song is "I Love L.A." and it's the classic. I think a cult that when we talked about it, I was like, I think I know this song, because I always think of Randy Newman from like Toy Story or like some of the other stuff that he's done with, because he's pretty popular. Short people. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's gotten away with just ragging on short people, exactly, and is unscathed. Right. But he doesn't seem like he's that big of tall of a guy himself. I don't know. I've never met him, but is he a tall guy?
Medium size.
All right. Well, I don't know if he's in a place to call out short people, but nevertheless, great songwriter and just such a unique voice. Nobody sounds like him. It's him as soon as he sings one note.
Like Bob Dylan, where as soon as you hear one note, that's
absolutely
Randy Newman. Yeah.
So with Randy, how did you get involved with this song? What was this session like? Tell us the story.
Yeah, again, the Warner Brothers used to have a studio called Amigo here in the Valley.
Okay.
And so they did all their projects there. And Randy Newman, when he went to record, and by that time, all the guys in Toto were doing everything on everybody's record,
Right.
Everybody was calling them. So then I got the call to go in there, and I walk in there, and there's Jeff Porcaro, Steve Lukather, David Page, Lenny Castro, Steve Porcaro, and everybody's there, and we had like 2 weeks worth of sessions booked to do Randy Newman's album.
Yeah,
and this was one of the songs on it, and when the Lakers actually did the three-peat and they won for the third year in the row, we all went down and they got as many of us from the original record to go down to the Staples Center
and play it
on the court and play it.
Really?
And
wasn't it also like kind of like part of, because the Olympics were in LA like around that time? Yeah, it was kind of part of that theme.
It sort of became the LA theme song. And a lot of fun and a great. The whole album is great too. But this song ended up being like, to this day, anytime anything happens in LA, when the Dodgers or anybody wins, it gets played.
Well, I guess it's appropriate, right? He's a lifelong Los Angelino, so I guess if anybody's going to talk about it, it should be him.
Absolutely, and he's a good man too. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun in the studio.
And it was at the typical Nathan East setup, DI, Yamaha bass.
DI, Yamaha bass, same bass, and just. Going another day at the office.
Right, man. Well, I appreciate the way you bring it, man. It's just, it's 10 fingers and the truth, it's just bringing it.
Well, you walk in here too, and there's guys that have set the bar pretty high. We're looking at, you right here in this room. And so you come to the town and if they're going to even let you through the door of the club, you have to be in a mindset of, okay, I got to really bring it.
Yeah.
And again, bass is tricky because it's the foundation. So you really start my thing is serve the song and start as simple as possible.
Yeah.
And then sort of paint the lyrics. And but it's a tricky thing because what's too much, what's not enough.
Yeah.
And then everything depends on the song.
Yeah.
So you just serve the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel like at this point in time, because I guess this would have been what, like early to mid 80s, something like that?
Early 80s, something like that.
Did you still feel like you had a lot to prove, as far as like, kind of getting entry into the club, so to speak?
To this day.
You still feel it?
Well, I mean, not to prove necessarily, but just to earn a spot. And, if you're going to be up there in first class, see if, are you worthy?
Yeah.
But that to me, to this day as well, just I want to be, I want to earn my keep.
Yeah, stay hungry, man. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Well, I'd love to hear you play a little bit of your part on that one.
Okay, let me see if I know. This is going to be a tricky one.
Side, Santa Ana winds blowing hot from the north. We were born to ride. Roll down the window, put down the top, crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let the music stop. We gonna ride it till we just can't ride it no more. From the side bay to the valley, from the west side to the east side, everybody very happy, 'cause the sun is shining all the time. It's like another perfect day. I love LA. We love it. I love LA. We love it. We love it. Look at that mountain. Look at those trees. Look at that bum over there, man. He's down on his knees. Look at these women. Ain't nothing like them nowhere. Century Boulevard. We love it. Century Boulevard. We love it. Santa Monica Boulevard. We love it. 6th Street. We love it. We love it. We love LA. I love LA. We love it. I love LA. We love it. I love LA. We love it.
That's a workout, man.
Wow. Bad.
You now you regret what you committed to?
Yeah. Okay, you want to make one now?
Boy, that was a great one. Love
That's
that.
fun. Yeah, I love that. Pretty iconic tune too.
Yeah,
when it
absolutely.
comes to L.A.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the
It's-
video of it was fun too.
Yeah, it's the anthem, right? For us.
L.A.'s anthem.
That's right. I want to pivot to one of, I would say probably one of my all-time favorite songs, which is by Anita Baker, called "Giving You the Best That I Got."
Oh man.
And I feel like Anita has just attracted all of the best bass players to ever live. You, Freddie Washington, among them, have all been on Anita Baker records and they're just so great. Like everything about her voice and just
Yeah.
the arrangements, it's just absolute perfection as far as I'm concerned. And although I don't have Anita's register, sometimes I can be caught trying to sing it in the shower or something like that. But boy, I'd love to hear about how that session went down and how you got affiliated with
Yeah.
Anita in this session.
Well, we go back. And as a matter of fact, when her first label was a company called Beverly Glen Records.
Okay.
And literally, we're talking, maybe 1980, the Songstress album, and we've been making records together for 45 years.
So this is even before Rapture, which
before
was
Rapture.
really, really huge.
Yeah,
First one,
exactly. And, what can you say? This one of the most amazing, iconic, finest voices.
Absolutely, and inspired
music.
a lot. I mean, I don't think Tony Braxton would be Tony Braxton without Anita Baker.
Absolutely, and Anita Baker's one of the few singers that, one note, and you can tell that's Anita.
Yeah.
And she's just a fantastic singer and a dear friend for many, many years. And she's been in this studio, and we've done some work together. Yeah,
all right.
And just I think the absolute world of her. And you could pick any song that we've recorded over the last 30, 40 years. And I'm proud to be involved.
Yeah. Well, she definitely is an amazing talent, and boy. So in that song, so clearly you'd already been working with her for some time.
Right.
Did she? What was kind of the state of that song when you got it?
That was again. It came in, and she. What I love about making records with Anita is she comes in with these songs that are, you could just have piano and voice, and they're fully written, beautiful changes. But then when you add the rhythm section, which she always had the best rhythm section, a lot of times Ricky Lawson and Steve Ferroni and Greg Fillinganes, it just embellishes and turns it into a masterpiece. Add that voice.
Right. Who played keys on this song?
I think it was.
We won't quote you on this.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to look it up because there's been a few different rhythm sections, but I know Fillinganes usually was in there.
Yeah.
So not Greg Fillinganes was not too far, and but I will have to look it up.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Maybe we can look up who it was.
Yeah.
On giving
you the best that I got.
But man, it's because all the piano fills are just so tasty on it. You know, just the beautiful little double stops and embellishments in between.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And
would she sing it live, like in the room with you guys, or would it be kind of siloed? Okay.
No, she'd be in the vocal booth, and we'd all be making music at the same time.
Yeah.
The album compositions that she wrote everything on, she insisted that every take there were no overdubs, and it was a performance from top to bottom. And so we were all in the room at the same time, and which makes for an amazing, it's like doing a performance in the recording studio really gives it that extra depth.
Yeah, well, you can feel it. I mean, it is very alive when you listen to that song.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I just remembered, I think Vernon D. Fales was the Rhodes player on this song. He passed away, unfortunately, but he just had such a beautiful touch. Mm-hmm. And as you'll hear on this record.
And also just the standard, the go-to.
The go-to.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, the go-to. I tell you what, that bass has been with me. And, it never gets left in the car. I always carry it with me wherever I go. And
do you still tour with that bass, or does it pretty much just stay at home now?
It stays at home.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's my heart,
Yeah. When would you say that was it at the time that you had your own signature bass that you kind of started to retire it, or was it more recent?
Once the signature bass, which was that was the prototype.
Yeah.
So once this actually was made in the image of that bass, then I could leave it home and know that I could, and then I didn't have to worry because now, anywhere I go, I can find this. You know? So but the worry that there was only one, with this box.
Yeah.
And the combo of that bass and the box, there was nothing like it.
Right. Well, I guess it just gives you a one-stop shop here. You don't have to have different components.
The Swiss Army knife of basses. So
absolutely.
Recording, live, and everything in between.
Wow. Well, I'd love to hear a little bit of what you did on that song, and maybe also you hit me to this. The song is Fairy Tales,
right?
And you said that there's this outro that was structured as a jam, it turned into a jam.
Right. Well, a lot of times when we get to the fade of a record, then we fade in, and the song's about 5 minutes long, and it starts to fade, and you're done.
Yeah.
This fade was so much fun that we couldn't let it go, and I think 11 minutes later,
Right.
it was still going, and you can just hear. It sounds like kids in a candy store. Steve Ferroni was on drums, Greg was on piano, and I still remember how much fun it was to this day.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll tag these on back to back. We'll get to hear "Giving You the Best That I Got," and maybe we'll get to hear that outro.
At least the outro is so much. You can hear Anita in the background laughing. It was just like pretty soon, like we're just having too much fun.
All right, well, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah. So, okay, let's see. Once again, let me test my memory.
Something I can give in exchange for everything you give to me. Read my mind, you make me feel just fine. When I think my peace of mind is out of reach, the scales are sometimes unbalanced, and you bear the weight of all that has to be. I hope you see that you can lean on me, and together we can calm the stormy seas. When love's so strong and so unselfishly, and I tell you now that I made a vow, I'm giving you the best that I've got, baby. Yes, I tell you now that I made a vow. Everybody's got opinions about the way they think our story's gonna end. Some folks feel it's just a superficial thrill. Everybody's gonna have to think again. We've loved so strong and so unselfishly. They don't bother me, so I'm gonna keep on giving you the best that I've got, baby. They don't bother me, said I'm gonna keep on giving you the best that I've got. Listen, baby, somebody understand me. Somebody give his hand to me. I stumbled my whole life long, always on my own. Now I'm home, and my weary mind is rested, and I feel as if my home is in your arms. My fears are all gone, I like the sound of your song, and I think I wanna sing it forever. When love is so strong and so unselfishly, and I made a vow, so I tell you now I'm giving you the best that I've got. Listen, baby, I bet everything on my wedding ring. I'm giving it to you, baby.
Wow.
Wow. Man.
I'm going on a limb and say I think the bass is the MVP on that one.
Thank you. Very kind. Again, when you get a great song like that, just the first thing is, oh, I don't want to mess this up.
Yeah, boy. Was it just kind of instinctual when, like, because sometimes you'll go, really high on that, on some of that stuff? Was that just kind of like you felt like you wanted to have some difference in?
Sometimes I just try to let the song play me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't get too caught up in my head about where to go. There's so many variables and choices, and is it going to be a long note? Is it going to be short? Are you going to go do a double stop? Are you going to go up? Which register, And there's a lot of, like, as the song's gone by, you just which register. So sometimes you'll hear a lyric and the lyric will say, oh, that should be up high, or step out just a little bit here. But otherwise, really, I just try to let the song play me. Yeah.
Well, you're basically real time arranging, and that's kind of the best session guys like you. They're just these incredible internal arrangers,
Yeah, you draw from your instincts and your past experiences, and plus, again, just try to be in service of the song in any way you can, And a lot of times, I used to learn a lot from Quincy working with him. You'd go over there and he'd say, hey, start the first verse up the octave, and when you get the second verse, then drop it down to the low one, So like, okay, yes. And I started a little lighter than, just little tricks of the trade. And
he was the key. I mean, he knew how to build in all those hooks and all that stuff. Those tunes have, as I say, more hooks than a slaughterhouse.
And you.
Or Ricky's version was more hooks than a tackle box.
Exactly. Right. Like Tom always says, don't bore us, get to the chorus, Don't be a schnook, get to the hook.
Yeah, all right. Well, you have one more to add to the repertoire.
And the thing about it is when you're thinking in turn, we all have to be kind of arrangers, producers, entrepreneurs, when we're making music, because we're leaving something that's going to be around, when we're not, And 100 years from now, somebody's going to hear this music.
Well, what an indelible mark you've made.
Oh, man, thank you.
Well, can we get a little bit to finish with Anita, a little bit of the outro of Fairy Tales?
Sure, because that was a session I was telling you about on the Compositions album, where every song had to be recorded from beginning to end. If anybody made a mistake, the rule was no punching in, no overdubbing.
Right.
So it was a band, and so on the song Fairy Tales, you can hear the joy and fun that the band has, especially on the fade. So we can just kind of.
I'm ready to hear this.
No fairy tale.
Can we stop now? Steve Peroni. 2 days later, right? I mean, that's the fade you do not want to let go of, you know, when you're in the studio like that, you know.
That's a beautiful thing. I love it. Yeah, and I heard you heard her come on a couple of times and like kind of laugh, yeah.
Yeah, because here we are, and then she's just now groove, and she's in the vocal booth, and then she just have to laugh, you know. Yeah. Kids in a candy store.
Boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a fun way to make records.
Absolutely. I want to move on to another song, which many of us may be familiar not only from the song itself, but it also became quite a popular sample in many hip-hop songs, most notably by the great Tupac Shakur. But the song is Don't Look Any Further.
Oh, yeah.
And the bass line is fairly repetitive, but it's got attitude like you wouldn't believe. And I could see why it was so attractive as a sample. But tell me how you got involved with this song, what state it was in when you got it, how much of this was you bringing your thing, or how much of it was told to you, or what was the deal?
Yeah, no, pretty much when Dennis Edwards branched out on his own to make his, you know, solo album from the Temptations, and I got the call to go in, and I think it was James Gatson on drums, you know,
that makes
the team, you know, and so this song, I believe the bass line and everything was pretty much what you hear, you know, and then we just were there to kind of execute that groove and add our little bits and pieces. So, you know, what you'll hear is it kind of like, it's repetitious throughout the song, but the song Don't Look Any Further.
Yeah.
And one of the coolest lines.
Yeah. And so is it written for you, or is it just like, here's the changes, you come up with the bass line?
You know, it's been 40 years. So I think it was...
so then we can say whatever we want.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it was a combination of the two, you know, just you had the... You know, the 1, 4, 5, 1 kind of changes. So then, you know, from there, I think just embellish as much as you can and
all right,
see what we can make of it. But this is just a little sample of what that groove is. I just like this groove.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful groove. And when you told it to me, I'm outing myself here a little bit. I wasn't sure about the song, and then as soon as I went and found the song, I was like, oh yeah, of course, like this is a great song. I love this song. And then I was like, I remember hearing it as a kid because I was a big Tupac fan. And I'll say the first live concert my mom ever took me to. My mom took me to this.
Wow.
Was Tupac. I think she was surprised she let us go, and she realized what she was in for. But she took it in stride. So
man, well,
God bless her.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're talking about some of the, those are the pillars of the genre.
Hey, definitely, as far as the West Coast rap is concerned, man, they were at it was the peak right there.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the bass line was sampled and featured heavily. So that was my first introduction to it, and so I got to learn about this backwards.
Wow, exactly. Well, then that was your first introduction to me, maybe.
It was definitely the Kenny Loggins stuff because we had that around the house for sure. But you can see that my mom's sensibilities with Kenny Loggins would have been much different than Death Row Records.
A little bit, but she had some hip taste,
She was. Shout out Georgia Dennehy.
Come on. Definitely. All right, well.
All right, let's do it.
This is just a little snippet of the line.
Let's do it.
I like the line.
Don't
Again, another one of the songs. Oh, this gotta keep going. Wow. Yeah.
To bring you back?
It brings me back, and it's just, again, how much fun it is to, this is what we get to do.